This episode is dedicated to the great Ron Barassi. Welcome to another episode of Ankle Sore and our review of Finals Week 2. While you're watching this video, go ahead and hit the like button. Also comment down below. We'd love to hear your thoughts on our thoughts. And before we start, we just want to thank you all for supporting us during the week. We reached our goal of 1,000 subscribers. So we thank you. We thank you.
Thank you very much.
And before we get started, let's have a quick chat about Ron Barassi. Your greatest moment, thought, memory, anything that comes to mind?
For me, it's an obvious one. He's given my club the first flag as a kid.
Yep.
So, I mean, 75 I was young, but saying that 77 I started to understand a bit more. So for me, always embedded in my head, mate, he was our first premiership coach. But he's just a legend all around, let's be honest. How many premierships? Six
as player, four as coach.
That speaks for itself there. That's pretty impressive. But for me, it's the North thing because obviously it's the club I follow. So that's probably my best memory of him.
Yep. Andrew?
And he sprays.
Oh, they were petrifying.
They were pretty
tremendous.
Good,
You're having a go. The players are pushing Zantuck away from him. Barassi's white down there in the face, but they had a real go, and I'm not kidding. The players had to push Zantuck away. He's wanting to go back and have a go at him again.
1970, before my time, but I've watched it back since. Handball all costs, so down 40-something points at half time. Like, changed the game. And that was all Barassi's, just his thought process.
I know, what a thought. What a thought to think.
That's 50 years ago. That's over 50 years ago. It's pretty impressive, But he always had a thing about making the game
innovation.
That's right. And everything, That's always right. Sydney, this and that. He was way ahead of the AFL. But
well, look, he was innovative with Carlton.
The handball thing.
And the handball, and as a player, he's a captain. And then he went to North and did what you said, and then he went to Sydney and became the Sydney coach, where he tried to expand them and grow them into what Sydney were in those.
Mate, he was you're right. He was ahead of his time.
He was, and he gave ugly Dave Gray on Blankety Blanks a North jumper.
He did.
I remember that. It was him. My good friend Ron Barassi.
That's incredible.
So he's always promoting football
with no sponsor.
No sponsor, mate.
I've got some vision which I'll give to you about Ron Barassi on an Ansett cart that they used to have at the airport.
Wow. What?
And he used it when he was in a motor accident during the finals.
Oh,
of the
really?
70s.
Bob Ansett gave it to him, did he?
Bob Ansett must have given
was
it
that in the 70s when he was on crutches?
Yeah, he was on crutches.
I remember and he gave North a spray at VFL Park.
Yeah. So during the week, they gave him a cart. The Ansett carts?
Yeah.
Take passengers or whatever it was.
That's awesome.
And during the week, they gave him that. And he goes, look, it worked. Well, I'll show you. We'll have a look at that video.
That's crazy. Was that at the airport or?
At training.
Training.
They took it down. He's driving around at Arden Street.
That's tremendous. 70s too, was it?
Yeah, 70s.
That'd be good footage.
78, 79 was after their flag. So.
Yeah, okay. Good footage.
Right, fellas, just checking on you. Well, I think it is. It's not going to be as good as being able to run around yourself. I'm going to miss particularly training myself in September because it's a beautiful, it's great, even though I'm 40, to train in September when the spring feeling's there on the MCG. It's just unbelievable. But this is the next best thing, I think. We've had a bit of a run around in it, and it's okay. But we'll know after tonight whether this is the answer or the best answer we can get, and that's all we're looking for—the best answer we can get. Brent. All right, fellas, now listen. We said we'd have a bloody fight in our hands. We have. We also said we can't expect to step straight back into bloody top form.
And let's get started with the first game of finals, week 2. It was at the MCG on Friday night. It was the first semi-final. Melbourne 9, 17-71. Lost to the Blues 11-7-73. Let's get it over to Andrew in front of 96,000 people.
That's massive.
Huge.
I've got some words, right? And seriously, on the night, I had no words. I've never seen anything like it. I was there in 99 when they beat Essendon. That was probably the closest I've ever been to witnessing something like that. But incredible, amazing, surreal and unreal. That's what it was, literally. They were gone. We were texting throughout the night. You couldn't pick a winner.
Yeah.
Until the last...
They looked gone at the end.
At the end, in the third quarter, they looked like they ran out of legs. And the resilience of Carlton since the break has been outstanding.
Yeah, I agree.
Like,
Yeah.
the guys like Blake Acres and Doherty, he did his shoulder, came back on, They're just not, they don't give up.
That's right.
It was absolutely incredible. And to think that they won without Charlie Curnow touching the ball, literally, right?
Yep.
His man was best on ground, just about.
You're right. He gave up. He gave up. But he gave up.
Yeah,
There's a few contests at the end, mate.
He was very dejected.
Where this chat was it by text? Did he give up or was he exhausted? Because he was
Probably a bit of both.
Lever and
Bit of both, I think.
He was frustrated. Like when he says he gave up, he just he
dropped his head.
Yeah, he dropped his head. He knew he was going to lose the contest before it got
think?
there.
Yeah.
That's what
I
it
know
looked
he was
like.
exhausted. I think I texted both of you and said,
Yeah, he might have been just cooked.
this is the time for Charlie to step up in the final.
Well,
And he'll have plenty more. Well,
having said that, he's got another week to stand up.
opportunity,
But I just got to mention Sam Walsh.
Oh,
Mention him.
He's now cemented himself as a superstar of the AFL.
Yeah.
To be best on ground 2 finals.
yeah, he's been.
Like he was always a great player, like probably top 50 or like one of the better midfielders in the AFL. But the last 2 weeks have just he's risen above Rosie and these guys because they showed their true colours in 2 finals.
Finals always stands out, doesn't it?
It shows your
Big
deficiencies.
boys come to the
right.
party, mate.
It does.
Right. Big boys
Don't get
come
me
to
wrong.
the party.
I mean, you got to play well during the season, but he does that too. But
He does.
Like, just to stand up and do what he's done in 2 finals has been outstanding.
They're going to go at him hard this week, but you know what? The blokes that
Are they?
fit. The blokes that fit.
Are they? Brisbane?
Well, we'll talk about the preview, but
Well,
Yeah.
Well, I'll go and shoe on the other foot here. Melbourne again kicking themselves out of a game. Do you see what they've kicked in the last 2 weeks? Ridiculous amount of points. Bad luck. Kicking bad footy. We've said that 100 times.
What do you expect? They did it 2 weeks in a row. Their forward line's non-existent.
Yep.
They don't have a forward line.
What is Brody Grundy? Why isn't he playing? I don't know what's going
Would
on
he
there.
made the difference? I don't think. Would he have
But he
made
could
the
have kicked a
difference?
goal or two. He surely could
Well,
have.
when Max Gine had no influence in the second half, you maybe push him down forward and put Grundy in the
That
ruck
would have been an
to
idea.
change things,
Yeah,
right?
that would have been an idea.
Aren't you staggered he didn't play? If they had if they had a midfield that was like they got Fritsch, they got Brown when he was good, Wiedemann standing up and so forth, you go, fair enough.
Different, yeah.
Mate, they've got
got
nothing
nothing,
down
yeah.
there.
They've got Fritz, and he played his role.
But
it
he's
was
a
never
good
gonna win
player.
the
He's a
game
very, very
for
good
them,
player,
was
but
he?
he's on his own, mate.
you need more than that.
And he's not a big body either.
No, he's not.
Yeah.
Tom McDonald, mate, please, can you blokes say to me he's no good?
He's no good.
You said he's
I thought
strong.
Carlton's defence was tremendous as
was.
well.
It stood up.
And
Well,
they are a good defensive unit.
They are.
Wiedering was
Yeah,
great,
yeah.
fantastic. But what do you think of the Wiedering thing? Do you reckon that you staggered? He had the staggers.
To be honest, it shocked him. It hit him in the neck.
Yeah, it's sort of hit
And,
him in the
like,
neck, so
let's be
maybe
honest,
just
if you
like
get hit
his
in the neck.
Yeah, it's probably like
nothing to do with
concussion.
Everyone was carrying on.
Yeah, I don't think-
live. I just thought he's copped one here in the neck.
Yeah, because it's sort of under the throat. Yeah, it was under
He still
the
played
chin.
neck week though.
he
He will play next week.
So like, there was a lot of people hard on him.
Also, I just want to say, I know this bloke Cripps was fantastic.
He was very
Did
good.
you see this? I can
Is
tell
the
you
word Colossus?
4
Yeah.
times.
To him?
Nah, 4 times, and I can't tell you what part of the game was like an important second half, where he got tackled, he got scragged, he got his handball out to a teammate.
Yep.
I just going, if you're no good, you can't do that.
That's right. And he was
He's just
he was-
strong, mate. He's a
He
bull.
looks broken, but he
Just
continues
keeps going, mate.
He's a warrior. There's no doubt he's a warrior.
He's a warrior.
He's not the best player, but he's a warrior.
No, he's not the best player. I'm not
they're
saying he's
vital though. Sort of
Yeah,
players.
yeah,
When
no,
you say
no doubt.
Walsh was,
Oh, he was sensational.
that's
yeah.
right.
And look,
But
and then talking about forward lines, you're in trouble when Joel Smith's kicking 3 goals. Look, he's all right.
I agree.
He's kicked 3 goals.
I
I mean,
agree.
is that what you're looking for to win your games?
Totally.
Well, at the moment, yes, because they've got nothing else. So that's why. That's why I thought.
You know, and
Carlton
I
would
hear
win
Melbourne,
last
some
week.
Melbourne people looking up, Brayshaw play. They're still going on about it.
I want to say. I want to say
Carlton
something
still
about
would. I would have said Carlton still would have won. I know it was less than a
that.
kick.
You know.
Really?
You know they've
Carlton's
been,
midfield.
They're
was,
using that as an excuse.
I know.
Not that he's not played. That he didn't play, but it distracted and this and that. Are you professional footballers?
I
or
can't
are
believe I'm hearing that.
8-year-old
Because
kids
that's a
in the
bad
sand pit?
culture.
It's
carried
horrendous.
on all week.
Didn't they? All
Didn't they?
week.
And
The coach carried on.
It started with the coach. I was about to say
Yep.
that. He's got a lot to answer for. Straight sets in
That's
2
right.
weeks.
In 2
2
years.
years. I'm sorry. I'd be questioning him like
But you know what's funny about that, saying that, you're right, but they've lost 2 games that, let's be honest, even the Collingwood game, probably should have won it in the end.
They had
they didn't.
moments late in the game
They didn't.
where they should have closed those 2 games out.
And they didn't. So that's a problem. That is a problem.
So if Carlton and
it
Collingwood
is.
win the premiership, that they beat Melbourne, right? One of those 2 win. No one remembers that they lost by a couple of points.
No,
they
that's
just
right.
remember
That's right.
Carlton won the premiership, Collingwood won the premiership,
Whoever.
they beat Melbourne. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
that's
they
right.
don't remember about Melbourne's woes up forward, missing goals, and
No. I thought Carlton were good when Melbourne were good, and that sounds really stupid.
no, I know exactly.
When Melbourne had their moments, Carlton hung tough.
yeah,
That's right.
that was a difference.
Alligator blood. Like, they were just there. They were just...
They did hang tough,
They,
no doubt
they
about it.
wore what Melbourne were doing, and I think maybe the attitude, or it was like, right, they're doing what they can do. Let's stay above water. Let's still do the right
let's-
things, and we'll get our turn again.
And they got them on the counter punch a lot. They're just
Yeah.
like, oh, we've taken your blow, like
That's
a
right,
boxer.
they've
We've
taken your
taken it,
blow, that's
rope-a-dope, Muhammad
Yeah,
Ali.
exactly.
We'll take it, and then we'll take it, and we'll hurt
and
this.
they ran the gauntlet. They rolled the dice.
Well, let's say, you know, I've lost my train of thought. Do you believe
That's
this?
all right, I'll take over for a sec.
Well, I
So-
want to say 2 things.
I lost my train of thought.
Yeah,
then.
I want like 2 things. 2 acts by one player. Doherty
Yep.
had a role in both of those last 2 goals. The handball to Motley.
Oh, yes.
was tremendous.
Tremendous, yep.
And then obviously the kick long, the
kick,
Wiedering cross, the Doherty. You know, that's a famous. If that was a grand final, it would
Yeah,
rival
it's legendary.
West Coast run down the wing.
Dom Sheed, yeah.
And Doherty was involved in both of those.
Tremendous.
And
With a
dislocates
busted
the
shoulder. Yeah.
And Akers has got a busted shoulder.
Again, like I said, the character, I can't. Like, how do you. And just so happens to be Carlton, the team that I follow, but if that was anyone, I'd go, how are they doing this?
Nah, enjoy it, mate.
Yeah, I am.
Enjoy it
I
as a
actually
Carlton
last
supporter.
week I did. The first week not so much. It was like, remember we spoke about first final, you know, a bit of jitters,
Yeah.
whatever, get it out, you know, get the cobwebs out, whatever.
Yep.
Last week I enjoyed it, and it meant something. You know what I mean?
He was like, what? You
No,
were pacing after the game,
I
you couldn't sleep.
well, I didn't think I'd react like that because for 20 years of pain. Let's be honest, right?
Yeah,
and it
that's true.
almost all came out Friday night, you know, which was awesome. But mate, that crowd was chills. Seriously, that was
Yeah.
awesome. Not
Yeah.
that I went, but just
the stand shook.
it was like you could see the footage. It was shaking the camera. Like that's massive, you know.
I've got
Have
what I
you
was gonna
remembered
say.
it?
Correct.
Okay.
So if this was last year, let's go 12 months. Go back 12 months. Carlton capitulate in that
Yeah.
game.
Well, not
No,
they
they actually
lose.
lose to Sydney the week before.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, conceivably,
agree?
yeah.
And that's what I said last week. They learned a lot about last year.
Michael
you know?
Voss, he's done something, mate. You've got to give him credit, mate.
Yeah,
What,
I
I
do.
sacked
But,
halfway through the year.
yeah, absolutely. Well, justifiably. They're sitting 15th. Like it's
They
hard.
were, they
It's
were-
hard
I
to.
know.
But he's got them back to where they are. And I know he plays it, but he's done something.
Yeah, but I don't think, and
yeah.
this is nothing against Voss. I don't think it's just him. I think the players had a lot to do with it too.
Probably.
Like they all got together and said, "Mate, what are we doing here?" You know what I mean? Like
Because they didn't really change anything structurally, or the game plan didn't
just played
really
hard.
change. They just cleaner.
they were cleaner,
more
they were harder.
more direct.
More direct.
Yeah, more direct. That's what I mean. Like, you know, you can tell them to do that.
The coach has got to be the one.
Look, but he probably told them in the first 8 rounds, and they didn't do it. Like, it's,
This is the
you've
thing,
gotta-
like, in the first half of the year, it was so Kerno Mackay conscious.
Yeah, that's
conscience,
it, yeah.
Conscious.
conscious,
I'll say that word. That
conscient.
Blake Acres in that final going back against the Flight probably wouldn't have done that because he would
No.
have all Kerno Mackay.
Yeah, get out of the way.
So
yeah.
the freedom of like, you know what, I'm going to have a crack at this.
Yeah.
And he did. Marks kicks the goal.
Do you know he nearly kicked? He nearly
missed it too.
Yeah, that was a bit. So I thought he did, you know, 'cause I jumped up and I was like, what's he doing, sort of thing. But he didn't, which is good. But I just want to say there's a couple of people in the comments last week that said Carlton Nuffies. No idea.
You're the Carlton Nuffy. I've
Yeah.
got no idea.
You've got
I'm
no-
clueless.
Well,
I got it.
you
I got
did
it
say
wrong.
Melbourne by... Yeah, I got it
I
wrong.
haven't got nothing yet.
You
yeah,
said Melbourne by
everyone backed
3.
you.
I said Carlton would win. But anyone that thinks Carlton, no offence, didn't have a chance. Let's look. We spoke about last week the forward line of Melbourne, just no good. That's why
Yeah.
Carlton were every chance,
They were. And I just was basing it on midfield, but I didn't sort of, you know.
Yeah.
Where's Jack Viney at? Like he's tough and all, but geez, he's got no ability
yeah.
whatsoever.
Well, I'll tell you.
He's just a scraggy.
But he made a lot of errors that cost them.
yeah.
I was just like, okay, I'm great that you did it. I still think Carlton lack a bit of run, you know, going forward.
But we can talk about that.
We'll talk about that in the next
They
episode.
do.
But,
I just, you know,
like I was screaming for Hollands to come on.
there's a
in
big.
that, remember?
Yeah, you were. The game doesn't lie.
No, it
And
doesn't. It doesn't.
The game, Carlton, deserved that because I think Carlton as a unit are going better than just what I said, like Gordon, Petrarca, Oliver, and that's it.
Yeah.
I looked back and I go, geez, Melbourne.
Pretty on the ball, yeah.
You take
they're
them.
broken.
You take
Those
them
three and the
Carlton-
two defenders, Lever and May, that's about as far as they bat, honestly.
That's
like
true.
Fridge, yep, does his little bit.
That's
but
Sparrow.
geez,
Spargo's okay. He's better than
nah,
what I'd probably
he's-
give him
he's-
credit.
He's horrendous footballer.
Spargo.
He's great when they're flying.
Yeah.
He's great when they're
I don't
flying.
think he's that. I think he's been a bit harsh on him. I don't think he's great, but he's all right.
I don't know.
Then
Look,
again, when you follow the side, I follow any plays.
Anyone's good. You take anyone, even
fair
Dylan
enough.
Stevens.
Fair enough.
Please.
Well, anyway, that was
What
that
else
game.
we got to add for that? Have we
I
broken
don't
it
know.
down enough?
We can speak for 3 hours on Carlton. Like seriously, that was
I think it's pretty summed up.
yeah.
Saturday night, Adelaide Oval, 7:40. It was the second semi-final. Port Adelaide 9-16-70. GWS 13-15-93, a 23-point win.
I'm waiting.
Vito.
Me and you called it. I called it too.
No, but people say to me, GWS, are you kidding?
I know. In a preliminary final now.
I don't. Look, Toby Green and Jesse Paul Tom Hogan,
Tom played well, didn't he?
Jesse Tom Hogan.
Jesse Tom.
mate, he's rejuvenated.
Snappy
bloke.
Tom.
Snappy Tom. Well, he used to be a cat.
yeah, well, not anymore. It's Snappy Tom.
He's turned into back to what they all
He's
used to
draft
think.
pick.
Yeah,
He's number one draft
Yeah,
pick.
yeah.
How ironic that he's playing well in finals in Melbourne. He was their number one draft pick. And
Wouldn't they have loved to
oh,
just
oh,
up forward on Friday
And what
night?
about
would
my
have loved
boy?
him.
Mr. Green?
I don't think he was great. He was okay.
Yeah, I'll just. No, you're right, but I'm just going
I
to tell you
don't
something.
think he had much influence in the game. To
Yeah,
be
I,
quite
thought it
honest.
was-
I think this
I
is
thought a
enough.
lot more
I'm gonna
chimed
tell you,
in.
this is enough influence. 6 marks, 15 possessions, 3 goals, 2. I think that's enough
Yeah,
influence.
but I
in a
don't
final.
think
Yeah.
he kicked one late. He kicked one early. I don't think.
Was he best on ground?
No, not even close.
No, I don't think he's best on ground.
Cornelia and Tom and
Cornelius had a
Tom
great
Green.
final series.
Tom Green. Yeah,
Tom
And
Green.
Tom
Yeah, he
Green,
played
Tom
one.
Green as well. I didn't play the
He
first.
didn't play first,
Tom
but
Green's had a...
Kelly, Whitfield.
Oh, he was a late withdrawal with
Mate.
a knee injury in the
Yeah.
first final.
Port Adelaide, Dixon, Blake, they're in trouble.
Look, I tipped Port,
Yeah, he did.
and for the first 40 minutes, it was goal for goal, and I thought Port were up for the challenge.
And you thought they'll get it. Yeah.
And I thought even early in the second, they kicked the first in the second quarter, hit the front hook. But what happened after that? They
They're just no good. They
completely capitulated.
Yeah, what about GWS's spread? The run.
Yep.
And then their
And
ball
you
use.
know what else?
Their ball use. Port Adelaide had no answer in this probably last quarter and a half.
They rolled their sleeves up, and Port didn't.
Yeah,
want
what
to
were you
go.
going to say? The other thing.
That's just the hardness. Like,
well, there's one guy for Port Adelaide that question mark and a massive one. Ollie Wines, where are you at?
What's
mate?
going
yeah,
on
he
with
said
him?
that last week too.
He's and I put it on him last week, and he had a shocking game
Is
again.
he Victorian?
Yeah,
yeah. Oh,
his
that
career,
I don't
the
know.
game's past.
No, it's time for him to move on. I think he'll be all right.
Yeah.
So my issue
It's
with
past him.
as soon as I saw the
don't
teams,
know.
like I thought GWS would win. We both agreed that Port was shot, right? I think it said more about Port than GWS were going to play well no matter what, but I think it said more about Port just gone, right?
Oh, I agree.
Personally, but when I saw the ins of Charlie Dixon, Travis Boak, who was a sub last week, come in, you ain't winning the final with those two. And Fantasia was a late withdrawal who came in.
Can you believe
Hasn't played all year.
Fantasia?
And that just reeks.
Oh, I don't get that.
That just
They're
reeks
a mess.
of desperation.
Because they don't trust their bottom
They
end.
don't. But
Aside
that's
from-
where they're at.
Yeah, you
That's
talk
what-
about Butters and
Now-
Rosie, and then after
Well,
that,
they had 42 touches between them.
Yep.
But they weren't quality.
Rosie was quiet.
Yeah.
Butters was okay.
Butters was
second half.
okay, but he
Second
wasn't
half,
outstanding.
yeah.
I'm right. The other one was
good throwing chairs. He's got
Yeah,
that.
he's throwing the chairs when he's having a shot.
What do you think of that?
I mean, he's just frustrated, whatever.
Yeah, I think he's just angry,
Yeah,
I
no
think.
big deal. But I
Didn't
thought
have to probably do it that way.
probably
bit
not,
too hard.
but, yeah. But I thought Travis Boak, like I'm not, okay. I'm not a huge fan of what's his name, Francis, that forward, little forward, Francis Evans. He played quite a few games. Like,
Yeah.
not a great player, but he's got something. He'll kick you a goal or two. Wouldn't you play him in a cutthroat final before Travis Boak?
Yeah,
What's
well,
Travis
yeah.
Boak going to give you?
He's had enough.
Do you think they owe it to these blokes?
No.
Like, without, no, they don't say it physically, but the club must.
Maybe, but,
Jeez,
but
it's
I was
ordinary,
going to say they overrate these, not overrate
Well,
them,
internally, yeah, they do.
right? Which is wrong because
do.
you see the result of it, right? Charlie Dixon, Travis Boak, like Ollie Wines, you know, like, mate, none of those three should be playing. I don't
was
care
no
who you are.
influence on
Zero.
them at all.
Absolutely zero. you
Boak
know?
had 21, but you wouldn't have even known.
Who?
Boak.
Yeah, 21 scrappy
No, I'm
kicks,
just saying.
not involved
He
in
was
anything.
wrapping
Ollie Wines
around
had,
and did
Ollie
sign.
Wines had 14, 15 touches. Like,
Oh, my
not enough
God.
for
That's
Ollie Wines.
horrendous. That's horrendous. 4 years ago,
Even
he
when
won the
Ollie
Brownlow.
Wines was going good when he was getting 30, 35, that was effective for
but
Wines.
he was a
Yeah.
bull. He's just not in the game
Yeah,
anymore.
the game's passed him by. It's changed.
No, I think he needs to
It's
change.
changed.
I think he needs to change.
It's
I do.
changed.
Well, yeah, absolutely trade him. Why not?
Yeah, but
Why not?
it has to happen now because he's 28. Like
Yeah, he's got good currency.
some
Like, he'd
silly,
have, wouldn't he?
St Kilda will take him. Of course they will.
No, we'll take him.
No, you won't. You don't want him. He's a slow bull.
He'd actually be handy at
No,
any other club.
you got rid of Cunnington. What do you want
any
another
other club? I'm just saying.
except North?
Well, why not?
Because North's got a great forward line, but great midfield. But anyway,
He's got a good point.
great midfield. Anyway, North Club
So
Corner,
you
is it?
Take, oh, no,
Can you believe it?
I was just about
They've
to
been
say
out of the
that.
finals since round,
6 weeks
6
ago.
or 7? 6 weeks ago.
Oh,
18
no,
weeks
finals,
ago.
but yeah.
Out of the finals, round 3, we're gone.
Yeah,
No,
fine,
you were
whatever.
2-0, mate.
They were
Still
out,
gone.
They were out in 2020
Anyway,
for this final series.
Pal Pepper, 9 touches, 3 behinds.
Well, he's a barometer.
Yes.
Yeah, he's like Matheson.
Yeah, he's the barometer.
Yeah, no, very disappointing, Port Adelaide. I don't know where they're at.
And this bloke here, one more. Charles Dixon. Why do people overrate this
Yeah,
man?
I said he's finished. Like they
He's
bought
passed
him in
it as
after-
well.
Oh, very much past
Has
it.
he ever been... You know what
Oh,
I mean?
he had about 5 years ago, and that's a long time ago. He was a good player.
A good player.
Yeah.
A good player, yes.
Yeah, but no one ever
you've-
said-
people have carried on about, the channel, the footy, Charlie Dixon, this Charlie
Yeah,
Dixon.
we don't
that.
listen to them.
I know we don't, but I'm just making a point. Do you agree about they used to
I
carry
do.
on about him like he was something? He was okay.
He's miles off and always was out of that echelon of Hawkins,
forward.
Lynch.
Yeah,
Any of those
he's a
Tom
while.
Hogan's passed him.
No doubt
Now
Tom
he
Hogan's
has, yeah.
passed
Good
him.
on him. Tom
Jeez.
Hogan.
See, now we're going to score.
It's
You know,
Tom.
when I was doing some research for this episode, I kept thinking Tom Hogan. It's all your fault.
I think who brought it up first?
Me,
Tom
Tom
Hogan. Love it.
Anyway,
Is that an off spinner? Open the can.
How
and
does he
twist
do
it.
it? He's like tuna. Open the tuna for lunch.
medium pace, though.
Was he?
wasn't Yeah.
Tom Hogan.
I thought it was a spinner.
He was an all-rounder.
I thought it was an all
No,
round.
I thought he was like slow.
He was a slow China. Did they call him Chinaman?
Chinaman. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
you're
don't
right. It
know.
was just a slow Chinaman.
You know what I'm saying anymore? Slow Chinaman.
Yeah, don't say-
Doesn't what's it
They
mean?
used to have it in the broadcast. Slow
What's
Chinaman.
Well, what's a slow Chinaman?
I don't know.
So, a
It goes the
Chinaman that
other
can't
way.
walk?
It is basically you and I playing cricket outside and just rolling the arm over. That's what slow
So just
Chinaman
don't-
But why slow? I want to know. No,
I don't know.
Chinaman. Why Chinaman?
I don't know.
Why
I don't
can't it
know.
be a slow Italian
Don't know.
or a slow
I
Australian
don't know.
or a
Maybe
slow?
because Italians can play cricket and Chinese have never played.
Well, what
Who
about
knows?
when they talk about left arm orthodox?
Is he Greek?
Why are they orthodox?
Did you go to
Is
church?
it Greek or it's left arm or right arm orthodox?
Is he
They
Greek?
don't say it anymore.
It
Well, it
must
could be
be
Greek.
Elador.
Maybe the first Greek.
So why is
I
he
don't know.
unorthodox?
Well, that's the thing. Why is the other bowler not unorthodox?
Seriously, anyone from
Right
that's
arm
not from
Methodist.
Australia must be watching this and going,
What
what
are you
is this
talking
sport are they talking about?
Right arm
It's
Methodist?
cricket, by the way, everyone.
What's that?
Right arm Anglican or I don't know.
I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
what about
7-day events.
off spinner Catholic?
That's right, Catholic.
What about Greg Matthews?
Yeah.
When he shaved his head, he was a what are they called? Hare Krishna.
Yeah, no.
Right arm Hare Krishna.
Yeah, right
'Cause
arm.
he shaved his head.
Who was
Anyway.
who was the cricketer that had blue dye in his hair?
Oh, Funky Miller.
Colin Funky Miller.
Funky Miller.
Oh dear. Whew. China. Oh, I can't get it. I've heard that since the 80s. Chinaman.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Incredible.
Okay, I'm going to ask you one question. Ken Hinkley. Is he the man going for? I know they've signed him, but after what you've seen,
What
Tova,
do you
for
think?
me, I think he's got to go.
he's been there 12, 13 years, and he still relies on the same.
I think
Personnel.
I think he's got to go, but you got to wear it now, Port.
No, I know,
Yeah, you gotta
They've
wear it.
signed him, but I'm
Yeah.
saying, geez, they should have waited till after the finals.
It was a perfect opportunity,
Just
wasn't
to
it?
wait.
Yeah.
Wait, mate. But
Like,
anyway.
he's not going anywhere.
No,
Like,
that's right. No one's going to.
If he does well, or you double, you think, okay, maybe we'll just take a look at this.
Oh,
I don't know.
Well, I agree. They've got to
Yeah.
wear it.
If they
Interesting,
hadn't
isn't it?
signed him, when did they sign him? Midway through the year?
No, August. They
August.
said they were waiting until August.
Oh,
It was
that's
like
right.
towards the end of August, just a week before the finals.
So yesterday morning, on that performance, if he wasn't signed, they would have moved him on.
Yeah, quite possibly.
Probably.
Quite
Yeah,
possibly.
touch sets.
Touch and go.
Yeah,
He'd be
quite
in trouble. He'd be in
possibly,
trouble.
Because, like, 6 weeks ago, everyone was talking about we all spoke about Collingwood Port Adelaide
Yeah,
grand
yeah,
final, and we were like almost conceding, Collingwood
Yeah,
Port Adelaide.
Collingwood Port.
It's this
Yeah.
far out,
Nowhere
but this
near
is
it.
what's happening.
Yeah, I know. It's
and now
bizarre.
it's gone.
It's bizarre. So yeah, the win on the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Ah, yes.
Forgot to mention that was a medal.
Had a 22-point win. It was actually
Clear.
tight all day. Nice, lovely medal from the WRFL.
Oh, Peter Bell gave it to him.
So,
Premiers.
yeah, lovely premiership win.
Nice.
Fought all day. We were in front. We were behind at quarter time for the first time this year.
Really?
In
How
the grand
much?
final by a goal. And then
Half-time?
half-time, we were behind the whole half, and Timmy Jenkins kicked a goal after the half-time siren to put us in front. So we went. It was a hot day, big crowd of
Was a hot day, wasn't it?
4,500.
That's massive for a local footy.
And then we didn't grind them away. We're only a goal up three-quarter time. And then
so
the
is anyone's game at last
anyone's
last change?
game. Luke Dalhouse was Point Cook's leading, or their main player, who ex-Geelong and Bulldogs.
didn't play, did he?
He played.
He played?
Yeah,
How'd he go?
He was good. He was their best player. Sam Daly, Bulldogs,
Sam Daly,
played.
know the
and-
name here.
But yeah, we just closed it out in the end in a tight,
awesome.
1 by 22
Great win,
points.
mate.
Well
and
done.
Yeah,
Well done.
Superb. We lost
Congratulations.
one game for the year, so
There you go. Just like
great
Essendon.
memory. Look, I'll tell you, as a coach versus a player, premierships, it's different.
Yeah.
Bomber Thompson said
It's
that.
very-
Everyone
it's
says that.
very
Didn't Bomber Thompson
rewarding.
say that? He goes, it's more rewarding for me to
Yeah.
coach
Yeah,
one
to
than
coach,
to play
yeah.
in one.
But I'll tell you, as a player, the celebration goes for days, and
Yeah.
they're still going now.
Still going, yeah.
But as a coach, that first 15 minutes is
The
fantastic.
best, and then you just...
And then you go,
Okay.
is that
Job's
all?
done.
That's
Job's
it,
done.
yeah.
Yeah.
So good on you,
That's
boys.
good.
Well done.
Well done.
Yeah, well,
So there you have it, our review of Finals Week 2. Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and we'll see you in the next one.